Jamie.
Hi, Taahirah.
This is Jamie.
Hi.
We've been friends for a minute.
Like 3 years.
3 years, really?
When was 2018?
I don't know, I'm not good at maths.
Like 4 years ago.
Okay, yeah, decent. Jamie and I have been in the hole together.
Yeah.
Multiple
Many,
holes.
many holes.
And now she's on the podcast to talk some shit.
Actually, it's like what we are best at. So
Yeah. We initially we wanted to do a podcast.
But it flopped.
But now we're here. Don't waste my mommy. With Jamie.
Don't waste mine either.
Yeah, don't waste it. Stop wasting my mommy. That's the name of the podcast. Stop sending my mommy links. Thank you. Jamie,
Taahirah.
did you watch 365 days? This day.
I watched all of it except for the last 10 minutes because that's when I knew.
The
Actually, I
last
knew at the beginning, but that's when I knew I was like done with this shit. When I started watching, I knew I would get to that point very quickly.
I sent you a voice when I started watching it. I was like, I can't do this.
No, it's really bad. Like, I knew from the jump it was going to be bad when they started off with her in that fucking terrible wig. I feel like couldn't we have gotten our girl like a young lace front? Like, at least make it look like her hair. Because how are you gonna have in a later scene someone be like, oh my god, you changed her hair? Like, no, bitch, she took off that shit wig.
The wig was terrible. The dress was disgusting.
No, it was
It's
bad.
like, you're part of an Italian mafia family. How are you gonna look so trash at your wedding?
Like,
Your lashes were bad.
I feel like that movie sourced their wigs from the same people that Tyler Perry does.
No, it was so bad. And like, I think the first 20 minutes of the movie, it's just sex. No dialogue, no plot.
No,
Just-
it's sex and also really bad music.
Oh my god, the music was killing my soul. It was like copyright free music.
It was, but also like it felt like I was watching 50 Shades of Grey.
I hated the music. I also hated how the music just like changed randomly and then there was like another scene. And like, just give me some plot, just give me some words in between all of this.
No, it was like a long music video.
Yeah, no.
But like a really bad music video
Yeah, for sure.
with like
I feel like
lots
there's
of
better
sex.
produced porn, honestly.
probably.
With a better storyline, probably.
No, the storyline was really bad and it made no cohesive sense. Like, spoiler alert, why does that motherfucker have a twin? It's giving Days of Our Lives. It's giving Siamandalan.
It also,
like, stop.
The evil twin had very little to do with the actual plot. Like, if the evil twin was removed from the story, there still wouldn't be much of a difference. Maybe we should explain what happened to Sadiq. And he'll...
Yeah.
Sadiq, do you know what 365 days is?
Not in the slightest.
Okay, so it's basically like Netflix porn for girls if it was written by a boy who doesn't know what girls like. Right?
It's like fan fiction of fan fiction.
Yeah.
What the?
It's like Wattpad 13-year-old kind of stuff. Like, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
So in the first movie, he sees this girl the day that his father is murdered. He's part of the mafia, basically.
Essentially.
And then after that, what happens is that he tries to find this girl. I don't even know what her name is. And then he finds her when she's on a holiday in Italy with her book, and then he kidnaps her. And then he gives her 365 days to fall in love with him. If she doesn't, then she can go. But if she does, then it's good. But in those 365 days, she's like, don't touch me unless I ask to be touched. Consent, kind of. It's blurry in that movie.
It is, but like that movie is just a really bad case study for Stockholm Syndrome. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is
And
that?
it's like so weird. Like, he kidnaps this girl and then he's like, fall in love with me.
and
Or
then she
else.
does.
And then she just does. It was very bad. And it was just like a lot of like awkward sex scenes. And it was gross, I would say. And now the new one is out. And in the new one, they get married in the beginning. And then he's still like very controlling because he's part of the mafia and he can't let it go anywhere or do anything. But then there's a hot gardener
named Nacho.
Damn! No, I call him Buzzcut because Nacho is a terrible name for a man that's that good looking.
I mean, fair.
He was the plot.
He was really the plot. He was why we watched the movie.
No, for real.
Why anyone should watch the movie.
He was awkward.
Actually, just don't watch the movie. Just go follow the actor on Instagram.
Yeah. No, he's very cool. But, yeah, so then basically he has an evil twin and then she gets angry because she sees the twin dilating this other girl and she's like, oh my god, he's cheating on me. But she doesn't know that he has a twin brother because he doesn't communicate.
He just keeps secrets because, that's how any good marriage should start.
Yeah. And then after that, she runs away with the gardener to Spain. And they play on the ocean.
And she's at the gardener's fancy house.
Yeah. And she's like, how did you get this house? And it's a fancy ass house. And he's just like, oh no, my dad. I got this house from my dad. Why did you not ask more questions?
Yeah.
You are a gardener and you have a fancy house on the beach in Spain. And you have a jet ski.
Yeah.
And another beach house. And you're just like, oh, my daddy bought it for me.
And you're like, yep, this is fine. This is good. This
and a fancy car. It was ridiculous. Turns out that Buzzcut Nacho / gardener, he's actually a mafia family also. His daddy is a mafia
Don.
Yeah.
The rival Don, actually. Yeah. Just so happens to be.
He goes from like wearing tank tops and flip-flops on the beach, surfer vibes. Then he goes from that to like in a suit with a turtleneck and a gun.
He goes from how's it bro to call me daddy real quick.
Yeah, to I work at Old Mutual.
Actually.
And then he just goes, then him and the other bra. The other bra looks Arab to me personally.
He does. No, he does.
So their name is Oud and Buzzcut. That's the actual names.
Basically.
And then Oud and Buzzcut, they go and they run and they try to find the girl. And then his evil twin has the girl. And then they fight with guns. And they run down the stairs and they're like with the guns. And it's supposed to be like, oh my god, look at the rich boys with the guns.
And this all happens in the last 10 minutes of the movie.
And then she dies.
So up until then, it's just vibes and no storyline.
Yeah.
Everything happens in the last 10 minutes.
It didn't make sense. Like, Buzzcut could have been the bad guy, and we could have gone with Buzzcut. I would have preferred if it was like a thing of choose between Buzzcut and Oud. Like, that would have been great for me. But then the evil twin came out of nowhere. And his acting was so bad. He was like the evil twin plus the Joker. Because he was like the whole time.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was really bad. Also, like
Marty Crouch Jr., it's weird.
Like, how is he so bad as like the twin brother?
Yeah.
And then like not as bad, but like pretty bad as Massimo.
I really don't like how he's like so like scary and intimidating, and people are like, oh my god, he's so hot. Like, it's weird. He's just shouting a bunch.
Also, like, I saw him do no gang activity.
Oh!
You're supposed to be
mafia. Where was the trap shit? I didn't see you touch drugs. I didn't see you kill. No, I didn't see you kill anybody.
His brother killed someone.
Boring. Yeah, it was a trash movie.
Huh? It was soft porn.
Yeah, like.
It was really bad soft porn.
Yeah, like very, very bad. Very.
And it just made you mad.
So mad.
There was so much like face licking and.
Oh, his tongue is scary. That's so fat.
It's a big tongue.
I don't like fat tongues. Like, it scares me. I don't know if you've seen, there's a picture of Jacob Elordi from Euphoria. You know Nate Jacobs?
Yes.
And he's like on the red carpet and he has his tongue out and it's like the size of his face. I'm like, get away. Why do you have such a fat tongue?
Why is it out of your mouth? Keep that shit under lock.
How do you even like put it back in your mouth? Wow.
You just roll it up and
gross. I hated it. Anyway, so Elon Musk
Yeah.
bought Twitter.
Free speech, woo!
Now the folks are quarreling. Either people are upset because they're like, he's going to bring scary things to Twitter, or people are like, yay, free speech.
Like what? There are already scary things on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't understand that whole concept either. I don't think that Elon Musk is going to bring the revolution. I don't think that he's going to, like, do anything really.
I mean, if he was going to do anything, he would have. Like, there are better things to spend your money on than Twitter. Like, end world hunger, Elon.
I thought that you were trying to go to space. Like, where did that dream go?
Multiple streams of income. So you can continue his generational wealth.
And then I saw someone tweet, people shouldn't be angry at Elon Musk for buying Twitter. Shouldn't be angry that Elon is a billionaire. He's an African man from the third world.
Oh my goodness.
I said, no, friends.
We don't claim him.
He's not from here. He came here, he stole the resources, then he left to go do weird cuck in America with robots and that.
We don't claim Elon.
We don't even have Tesla here. We don't even have electricity here.
That's why we can't have Tesla here. Elon Musk, if you're watching this, please give us electricity. Just a small bit.
We gave you all the emeralds. Like, the least you can do is give us some uranium-235.
Yeah, small bit.
To, like, fix the infrastructure of ISCOM.
Something.
But, I don't know. I just think it's dumb. Like, I'm not really a fan of Twitter. I think it's a wasteland where everybody uses the word nuance incorrectly.
No, it is. No, like Twitter is a place where you go and tweet your little opinion, and then you've got a bunch of people tweeting back at you your same opinion. That's Twitter.
An echo chamber, basically.
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel like people, like, they try to tweet out the most, like, contrarian shit. Like that tweet that we were talking about the other day, where that girl was like, self-care is like, what was it, gender affirming, and it's like, but what is the thing about, I don't know, I can't remember.
Oh, I have to go find, actually, let me go find it.
But it was just rude. She was saying like having a skincare routine is bad. I don't know, I thought it was dumb.
But also that just like makes self-care one thing.
Yeah.
And it's not.
It definitely
like,
isn't.
It's because your perception of self-care is fucking face masks and taking a bubble bath and shaving your legs to feel like a fucking dolphin.
Yeah.
But that's not just what self-care is. Like, fix your mental health. Self-care
is like cleaning your room and making your bed and taking a shower.
Taking your medication.
Yeah.
It's like, why that's just one person's...
Yeah, I don't know. People have like weird ideas about what things are, and I think that like everything on Twitter is kind of just a blanket statement, and then it's also just people trying to say the most contrarian and most ridiculous thing to get like people's attention. There's like no room for actual discussion or anything. Like, it's just annoying. I hate it.
Yeah, and like, I don't know what can Elon Musk do to make Twitter worse.
So he's basically saying that he wants to bring free speech to the platform, and so that basically means like people won't get banned for using the wrong pronouns or for saying like, I don't even know if his idea of free speech is like free speech absolutism, where you allow like incitement of violence and hate speech. I don't know if that's what he means. Personally, I like the idea of free speech. I don't know about free speech absolutism. I think free speech should have caveats. That the word?
That's the word. Caveats, yeah.
English is not my first language. It is.
That's a lie.
But yeah, like incitement of violence and like hate speech should definitely be protected. But I also think that free speech is a dumb thing to have on Twitter. It's not like giving people free speech is going to make them any more logical. Like, Twitter is not a place for intellectual discourse.
It can be, but it's not. I think it has potential. It does. And I think there are a lot of, like, smart people on Twitter saying smart shit. But, like, the bulk of it is just people arguing for the sake of arguing.
Yeah.
You know? And like, Twitter already has free speech. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like, respect other people and it's like, say what you want to say. Have opinions. You'll get attacked for it, but have your opinions.
And I don't think like being attacked for your opinions is a bad thing. Like, you have to learn how to deal with dissent and people disagreeing with you. If your views can't hold up against scrutiny, then it's not like a fact. It's just a belief that's completely based on faith rather than the truth.
Exactly.
Which is embarrassing for you. Come right.
Yeah, no. I feel like if you're getting upset about your views being challenged on Twitter, then maybe, just maybe, like, go back to Instagram, go post your little selfies. It's fine.
And even if you have like the right opinion and people are still trashing it, which I've seen happen like multiple times, people just getting enraged for the sake of it or misunderstanding what someone says and just looking for a reason to be angry. Even if it's that, who cares? Like Tyler the Creator said, just close your eyes.
Just like log off the app. Go chill, go meditate, drink some tea.
Touch grass, as they say.
Ground yourself.
Whatever. Like, you don't need to make it such a dung every time someone is rude to you online. Like, just go away. Just walk away. The amount of times people have been rude to me online, manita. People have like told me I'm a kafir.
Did someone call you a half-breed?
Yeah, someone said I'm a half-K. I'm a half-K word. I don't care. I just block them in, so I make fun of them. Like, it's not, it doesn't have any real world consequences. Like, hurt feelings are just hurt feelings.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think we need to legislate against hurt feelings necessarily. Hate speech for sure. But hurt feelings, nah. You must not get your feelings hurt sometimes.
Do you think Elon Musk will change, like, the moderation of Twitter? Because I think hate speech is, like, a lot of people will say, like, certain things are hate speech or, like certain things are bullying, that sort of thing.
That's so the CEO of Twitter, he said when questioned about free speech, he was like, Twitter is not about free speech, they're about creating a safe space online.
Okay.
And Elon was like, fuck that idea, that's dumb.
I don't think a safe space exists online.
100%.
Like, not on the internet.
I also don't think that you need a safe space on the internet. Just put your phone down.
I mean, I think it's nice for people to have these safe spaces in their communities or whatever, but I don't think that, like, you can moderate any online space to the point where people just aren't saying mean things.
Yeah, no, that's 100% what I mean. And I also think, like, there's it's just dumb. It's just dumb, like, because the words have like completely changed their meaning, like what it means when something is safe, what it means for something to be violent, what it means for something to be hateful. Like, it's all just changed to the point where everything is rude, everything is violent, everything is just bad, and it needs to be taken away. You're gonna see bad shit, people are gonna be cucked to you, people are gonna be rude to you, you must just move on.
Yeah.
I don't like this idea that we need to be treated as like these fragile little objects that can't deal with the slightest bit of criticism. Otherwise we'll like fall apart and start like self-harming. Like, that seems to be what the discussion is.
Criticism is one thing, but like obviously there is actual hate speech on the internet and we can't like discount that, you know. But like, not everything is what you make it out to be. You as an individual. Like, yeah, maybe someone says like an offhanded mean comment to you on Twitter or whatever, but that's not like, that's just like one person saying that to you online. It's not like something that is going to have like a real world effect on you outside of your feelings being hurt.
And your feelings being hurt isn't a bad thing. It really isn't. It's okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
But I don't know, I don't think that Elon is going to, usher in the revolution, nor is he going to be the cause of the downfall of society. Like, I think both sides are really blowing it out of proportion. There have been so many people that are so mad that he's bought Twitter and have spoken about how like it's gonna be dangerous for women.
Twitter's
on
already
TikTok.
dangerous for women.
But how is it dangerous for women? Just because you get bullied.
Yeah.
It's not real life.
It's really not.
You know
But I
that-
mean, people get doxxed on Twitter all the time.
That's
People get harassed,
Yeah.
they get threatened, they get like death threats. So like, yeah, I think in any circumstance where you're putting yourself online, it's not a safe space. Because you're opening yourself up to that.
100%. Once you put something like some idea or theory or opinion online, like anywhere, you're opening yourself up to criticism, and you must be ready to deal with the criticism that you get. Depending on how controversial your opinion is, you must be ready to get what you're gonna get. Like the amount of Israelis that have come, not Israelis necessarily, but like Zionists that have come into my DMs and told me like, I hope you die, I hope Mossad comes for you, like stupid cuck like that. Someone literally DM'd me once, they were like, you're being watched, you're being followed.
By who?
By Mossad, allegedly.
Oh my
I said,
word.
I don't care. Whatever. It's not, I don't care. People have threatened to murder me so many times.
Isn't that like scary?
No, I don't care. I just block and I report. I don't think that like people saying like I hope you die. That doesn't affect me. You keep hoping, Okay, it's fine.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Your thoughts are just your thoughts. They don't have any real world effect on me unless you believe in like the evil eye and nafs and shit. But still, like I don't care. Wish me dead. I don't care. It's your business.
And they're wishing you did right now as they watch.
But like in Islam, basically, like if you make a bad dua on someone, like if you wish something badly for someone, then when you make that dua, the dua is made for you as well.
You
so
in a reverse card.
Yeah, so if I'm like, I hope Jamie gets into a fucking car accident, if I do that, no, then I'm making that dua for myself as well, and you bring that like negativity onto you also.
So it's actually just pointless.
Yeah, so like I don't care. Wish for me to die. You can die first though. That's my theory. But yeah, I don't really care about stuff like that. I mean I've been affected by it when people come after me for cuck, but not necessarily because of the personal attacks, but more because like I can't understand how people can be so inhumane about things. Like when I was talking about the KZN riots, that's when people were going boss on me. When I was like, don't be rude to poor people, and people were like, what?
Oh
What do you
no!
mean?
Oh no!
People are so angry about that. When I was like, poor people are like,
Just have a little bit of sympathy.
yeah, just have a
Swap
little
it.
bit of understanding for the situation. You don't even need to sympathize. You just need to understand why people are driven to this point. People were very angry about it, and people went at me for it. I was just like, I don't care. Whatever. I'm gonna delete your comment. I'm gonna delete your DM. I'm gonna block you. Moving on with life.
I mean, it's also not like you were advocating for rioting. It was more like, well,
I do
God.
advocate for that.
Maybe don't say that.
Riot, if you must. That personally, I think you should riot. Don't riot for stupid stuff. Riot for reasonable things. Like don't go to clicks and cry because someone made an ad, like the EFF does.
Riot about basic human rights.
Yeah, like the living wage and stuff like that. But I was more upset about the fact that like people couldn't understand what I was saying and like why it would be important to care about poor people. That's what infuriated me more than people like making personal attacks against me. And the same thing when we were talking about when it was that Tariq Jafta situation. And then homie was like going at the gay people and trans people, and he was being so fucking awful. I was just like, bruh, like, how do people not see that this is messed up? Like, it's just inhumane and it's rude. Like, you don't have to agree with people on the political issues, on anything, but just have some respect. Like, he's out there like doxing me and yo, he was horrible.
You're saying that Nai's gonna come after you with his guns, Taahirah.
He must did like a 12-minute long video on me, and that other bride did a video on me. They're so embarrassing, honestly. Grow up.
Yeah. No, he's a scary person actually.
He just disappeared, didn't he?
I have no idea.
I thought he was like going to make t-shirts.
I think he got bullied off the internet. Oh, the t-shirts that's anti-gay gender.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the pro-gay t-shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, he was fully making pro-gay t-shirts. Love that. But yeah, like I don't really care about Elon. I'm more concerned about the fact that like billionaires are buying places that are basically like the public sphere. Like I don't personally believe that people should be banned off Twitter for anything other than like incitement to violence and hate speech. I don't know if Trump did kind of incite violence a little bit. Did he? Did he though?
I don't know.
You know, with the Capitol riots, he was like, I don't think that like advocating for rioting is incitement to violence.
I mean, I see how it can be seen that way. Maybe, yeah, no. Don't riot violently, guys.
Yeah.
Don't kill people during the riots, guys.
Don't kill people. Don't be silly. But like burn stuff if you want to. That's fine. I believe in a good riot personally. Yeah.
Tell us why.
Cause I have people.
Tell us why.
I think that like when you're dealing with an oppressive system that is innately violent, it is only fair that you counter it with violence. It's not going to be given to you peacefully. Like we saw that with the ending of apartheid where we shook hands with a white man, kumbaya. De Klerk and Mandela got the Nobel Peace Prize together, even though de Klerk was like committing war crimes. Like in the years before the ending of apartheid, they got a Nobel Peace Prize together. What good did that ever do? Like, handing over power reluctantly isn't handing over power. He didn't hand over power. It should have been taken in a violent revolution, in my opinion. Chris Hani should have been like, fuck this. MK, let's go. That's what I think should have happened.
Yeah,
by
but
any means necessary.
Just like direct the rioting at the right people.
Yeah, don't write for dumb stuff now. Come now.
Don't go break into like small businesses and go riot there.
Yeah.
No, take it to the top.
Yeah, be smart about it. But I think like what people maybe don't understand, like if you haven't ever been part of it, is that there's this like feeling that comes from being part of like a massive protest or riot or whatever. It's just that people start getting out of hand. Like you can't control every single person that's there. Someone will come with a brick all of a sudden and then they'll just be like, what's going on? And there's nothing that you can do in that situation. Things just kind of like unravel very quickly. And that's just the nature of protest and the nature of rioting. So yeah, like when people were criticizing how people were breaking things, even if it was like Black Lives Matter or if it was about, the KZN stuff, to me it was like, you need to also understand the nature of protest. It gets out of hand. Nobody's like leading it. It's not a march. It's something completely different. It gets out of hand sometimes. But like the message is what's important. And I don't think that people understand that that's what rioting and protesting is about. It's about a message. And it's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to be upsetting. It's supposed to be something that you are not happy about. Duh. Like this idea of like protests being holding up signs and walking around. That's not a protest, man, bro. You're just shouting. Like that's nothing. That's basically an Instagram post in real life. A protest is supposed to be upsetting and uncomfortable, and it's supposed to disrupt what you're busy doing, and it's supposed to, fuck with the normal mundane day-to-day shit that people experience. It's supposed to be revolutionary. Yeah.
Remember those old ladies with the Zuma mascos?
Oh my god.
Now that was a protest.
No, that was... So, I have a story about that. Basically, the Zuma was for protests, and when Uyinene was raped and murdered, that happened at like around the same time. And at the time... No, it didn't. No, it definitely didn't. No, it didn't. I'm thinking about the wrong
I think
stuff.
it was a Nene in 2019.
Yeah. I'm thinking the wrong thing. Anyway, so when the Zuma Must Fall protests were going on, I was working at this company and they were like, you can take a day off. Not from your leave. You're being given a free day to go to the protest. No? Then when I worked at a different company, we wanted to go to the protest for Uneni. And they were like, no. Isn't that fun?
That's kind of fun.
Capitalism. I don't even know why people hate Jacob Zuma so much. I'm a fan personally.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
I've already elaborated multiple times on why he's the homie, but like I don't like him as a person. He was like accused of rape like so many times. I can't defend that.
No, definitely.
But like, I did meet him once and it was fun. And also like, you know, Quattro Camp and that. Appreciate that aspect of it. But yeah.
Yikes.
Anyway, JB, what else would you like to discuss?
The metaverse.
The metaverse.
I don't actually understand the metaverse, TBH.
Me also, I don't get it.
Like, why
I
do
don't
we
get
need
what's
to
going
live?
on.
Why do we need to go into like play land? Why can't we just live in real life? Like, why? I don't get it.
I don't understand why people are like buying property in the metaverse.
I can't even afford a real life house. Why would I go and waste my money on property in the metaverse?
Like, what is gonna happen? Like, you're gonna build a house in the metaverse, and then you're just gonna put on your goggles and like go there.
I don't know.
I don't understand it. I just don't get it. Please explain, Sadiq.
I would need a mic to explain, but no, I can't explain it to you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's gonna. I'll need a mic. I'll explain it.
Why does Mark Zuckerberg need more things? Like, you've got Facebook.
He's such a weird person, isn't he?
He's
He
a lizard.
looks so fucking weird.
He's a lizard.
I don't know if you saw, like, there was a new picture that he took with, like, the Facebook team. And he's, like, the one taking the selfie. First of all, Mark Zuckerberg, it's clear that you're a lizard because nobody takes selfies like that anymore. Nobody does. Nobody takes selfies with a whole bunch of people, like 7 people behind you. What's wrong with you? This is in 2014. Come right.
Maybe he didn't have a selfie stick.
It's still weird. It's weird. Even if he had a selfie stick, it would be weird.
That arguably made
And
it
like
better.
his face in the picture, it's just like,
Lizard-esque.
yeah, it doesn't look real. It doesn't look like a real thing.
Because he's not real.
I think he's a lizard. I really do. Like, he must be a lizard. Like, you know how they say that, like, the Queen, like, they're all reptilians,
Yeah.
like George Bush and stuff. You know, David Icke vibes.
Mm.
I believe it to an extent. It is, some of his work is anti-Semitic, admittedly. But I think that Mark Zuckerberg's definitely a lizard. Definitely. His eyes? Those are lizard eyes.
Have we seen them close normally?
No. Have you ever seen him blink?
I tend to not look at Mark Zuckerberg.
I've watched like so many of his interviews. He doesn't blink much.
No idea.
He's a weird man. I don't like him. I don't like him one bit. The fact that Facebook was literally created so that you could rate girls.
Is that what Facebook was created for? Gross.
Yeah, didn't you know this?
No,
Did you watch The Social Network?
Yeah, but like not really.
So basically,
Not
he was like,
awake.
he was dating this girl, and then she dumped him, and then he went home and created basically like Smash or Pass.
So what you're saying is that Mark Zuckerberg's a giant creep.
Yeah, he basically
God.
made Facebook was where you could rate girls, and from that he then built like the Facebook that we know where you can post.
That's
pictures
such
like that.
insult behavior.
No, but like I was actually reading about this. So many of these not social media necessarily, but so many of these platforms were created to exploit women. Like,
That's so gross.
guess why YouTube was created?
Oh, do I want to know?
Take a wild guess.
It's to watch videos of women.
Yeah. But like specifically, YouTube was created after the Janet Jackson situation at the VMAs where it came out.
Was that what it was created for?
Yeah, people were looking for the video. Obviously, people wanted to see. And so YouTube was literally just created so that people would have access to that video.
That's so gross. Was YouTube created by American people?
Yeah, obviously.
Now you see, this is why I don't believe that America is real. I don't believe America is actually real. I believe it's a social experiment. It's just like America as we know today. Like everything they do is like a social experiment to see how the rest of the world's going to react.
Have you watched Westworld?
No.
You should watch Westworld. It's really good. But I think that that's basically like what America is for us. Like, it's just this like world where we watch and we're like, oh, that's crazy.
Should go wild.
Yeah, cause like it doesn't affect, I mean, it does kind of affect us here in the global south, but for the most part, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Get your cock all day.
No, like whenever I read something about America, I'm just like, why?
What are you doing?
But why?
Why are you busy with that? Oh, but guess why Google Images was created? It's like along the similar lines of why YouTube was created. Think of like some controversial thing that happened with a woman in the early 2000s.
I don't know. Britney shaved her head.
What happened was, I don't know what award show it was, but Jennifer Lopez wore that green low dress.
Yes,
that's why Google Images was created. Fucked up now.
Oh god. So basically America's full of like pervy gross men.
Yeah. And basically like all of these platforms come from wanting to commercialize women.
I'm not even surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's okay to commercialize women unless you're a woman trying to commercialize yourself. Then it's an issue.
I have a weird like understanding of that. Why do you think that it's different when a woman commercializes herself as opposed to other people commercializing her?
I'm actually not sure. That's like really weird. It's like really weird. I think it comes from a place of control. 100% comes from a place of control. Because once you are commercializing yourself, or once you're sexualizing yourself, someone else can't do that to you or for you. So you're taking that away from them.
But you're already being sexualized regardless.
True. That is true. But it's an issue, especially on the internet, like when women sexualize yourself and you say, oh, you're this and you're that. And
yeah.
But guys can do it all the time.
Yeah. But I'm not convinced that that there is a way to exert your autonomy and commercialize yourself as a woman within the current system of like patriarchy and capitalism, when there's already a price tag on you. Like, what difference does it make whether or not you decide to capitalize on that price tag?
Because then you're benefiting directly in whatever way, whether that's like attention that you want, validation, whether you're earning money of doing that. It comes to you instead of someone else doing it on behalf of you.
So there's a difference between patriarchy oppressing you and patriarchy benefiting you?
Yeah, it's like someone shares your nudes without consent, or like sells your nudes without consent. That's benefiting them. But if you start the OnlyFans, that's benefiting you.
But you're still like existing within a patriarchal like paradigm.
Yeah, but you're making it work for you. Like, you might as well.
I don't like the theory of make the system work for you. Fuck the system. Tear that shit down.
In an ideal world, yes, fuck the system.
Yeah.
But like, that's not gonna happen overnight. And I mean, it's taken so long to get to a place where it's like, okay, societally, for women to like commodify themselves.
Yeah.
So like breaking that down is probably gonna take way more time.
I think the problem with that idea of commodifying yourself as opposed to being commodified by someone else benefiting from it, is that majority of the time someone else is benefiting from it. There's like a small minority of women that, you know, get to make money off their sexuality, like a very small percentage. The rest of the women are being like human trafficked and, you know, dragged so that they can make porn. Like, that's the reality of majority of women within like those kinds of industries. So I don't know if like a small minority of women being able to benefit from it is a good thing. And I don't know if normalizing a small minority of women being able to make money off of it is a good thing. Because like that just adds to people being happy within the like a patriarchal society where it's oppressive to most.
Yeah. I mean, obviously no one wants to like hear or see about like people being trafficked, women, children, whatever. But like, I think if someone's decided that they want to be like an OnlyFans hun or whatever, then that's cool, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's like, fuck y'all, I'm going to do this and I'm gonna secure my bag and I'm going to do what I want to do.
I respect the hustle. Like, I respect it. I just don't know, like, in the greater scheme of things, how beneficial it is. But I mean, do you? I mean,
sex work has been around for like ever.
Yeah. Yeah, it has. I'm so obsessed with Reddit. I was reading this guy's, he's a porn star, or he was a porn star, and he was talking about how messed up the porn industry is.
100%.
And how, like, there's this whole idea that because a woman is enjoying herself on screen, that she's enjoying herself in real life. Like, she's not acting, she really likes it. And I've heard this, like, conversation from so many boys where they're like, nah, porn isn't bad. Like, girls like it. You must see how they go on, they like it. And
that
like,
explains
no.
so much about the male species, honestly.
Yeah. But basically, this guy was like recounting his experiences. He had worked in the industry for, I think, like 20 years or something crazy like that. And he had worked both as an actor and as a director. And he was explaining like how messed up it was for women, and how they would have like managers, but the managers were like essentially pimps, where they would get like the larger cut of what they were doing, and they would basically organize what the women would be doing. And so there's like very little consent in that, because they're just like, okay, well, this is the gig that you've been hired for today, and this is the act that you're going to do today, so just do it and make my money. And then he also said that like a lot of the girls were underage, a lot of the girls were like drugged. He said like almost everybody was on drugs. And he gave this like really, really hectic like account of what he had experienced once, where it was this young girl who had just turned 18, and you know, she had like all of these issues. She had run away from home and stuff, and she was like trying to make money off this. And it was the first time that she was shooting porn, and she was like very nervous to do it, and she was like screaming and crying, and she was having like anxiety attacks because she just didn't want to do it. And her manager was like, you do it, or like I'm gonna fuck you up.
Gross.
And she was like, I can't do it. He like beat this girl up basically, and then the director was like, I can't shoot with this girl, like look what you beat her the fuck up, like I can't shoot with her. And so then he tells the director, either you shoot with this girl or you pay me as if you had shot with her, because now I'm wasting my time. And he like gives this girl some drugs or whatever, and she shoots the scene. And the guy that's telling the story, he was the actor in the scene with her, and he said like he knew at that point that like what he was doing was raping her essentially, because she didn't want this, and now she was dragged out of her mind. And he, to this day, he can't get the video removed of Pornhub.
Yeah, I think like largely the porn industry is unethical. Like, yes, ethical porn exists, and I think these days there are a lot of like progressive studios that like care about their actors, and there's like intimacy coordinators, and there's like a lot of framework put into place that everyone's protected. But yeah, a lot of porn is just exploitative and focused on the male fantasy. It's porn through the male gaze, and I think that's what's harmful, because a lot of the times it's like the expectation now is that is what sex is. and that is how it should be.
Yeah.
And I think that's dangerous, especially because like a lot of people start watching porn really young, and I think that fucks up people's like view on sexuality, intimacy, and like how you should be with your partner and how you should be treating your partner. And then obviously like what pleasure looks like.
Yeah.
And like it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad because you grow up with such a fucked up view. And like as like young woman, you're like, oh, well, I need to look like that. My butts don't look like that. Something wrong with me.
Yeah, one of the things that this guy was talking about was he was saying how like boys always have this idea that women are enjoying themselves because, you know, they orgasm and whatever. It's like all of that is artificial. Like we just busy like between takes we're busy like throwing shit on you so it looks like you're wet, but that's not what it is really. And he was like, nobody's actually enjoying themselves.
It's a job.
It's a job. And yeah, like I don't know, I just thought that was so scary and so fucked up. And he said like majority of the women are like human trafficked, and it's just super messed up, and it's very difficult for women to get out of it. Some of the time like they just want to do it so that they can make some like extra money, and then they get trapped in it because of drug abuse and, you know, people pushing drugs on them. It's really sad, man. I mean,
it's even Mia Khalifa, she like made like videos back when she was what 19, 20, and it's still on the internet, and it's still following around it to this day.
I feel really sorry for her. Like when she spoke about it, I was like, damn. Because she had said like I think she stopped wearing her glasses because young girls that like had her features, anytime they wore glasses they were like made fun of because they like resembled her. And like she had like teared up about it, and she got so sad. She was like, I stopped wearing it for this specific purpose. It's hella sad.
Yeah. And like I don't know, it's just so messed up how like women are judged for that. For like things they did when they were younger. Like, so what, she did porn, like get over it. She actually got a lot of death threats for one of the videos that she made where she was wearing hijab.
Yeah.
And I'm like, someone probably told her to do that. She was probably under contract to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have made that choice, especially not as a brown person.
Yeah, look, what makes you think that these actresses are going on set and have any control over the script, the dialogue, they don't have any control over it. Like, even, do you think Leonardo DiCaprio walks on set and he's like, actually, Tarantino, I would like to not say the N-word today. Like, no! This will not work. If it's not working for actors on like that level, it's certainly not working for 19-year-old girls trying to make some money in like a fucked up industry. I'm pretty sure she had absolutely no control over what she was doing or what she was asked to do.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, that's just how these skeezy directors make their money, by exploiting young women.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, you sign a contract, and now you're beholden to that contract. Now they can tell you, like, I don't know, put on a fucking geisha outfit and go do shit, and then you're gonna have to do it because it's in your contract. And I mean, you're trying to make money. You probably don't have the money to break that contract and get out of it like scot-free without having to pay them.
And in a lot of these cases, the girls aren't working independently, like they're working under a manager. So they don't have any control over what they have to do or the contracts that they sign or whatever. It's really sad and it's really messed up. Shame. The commodification of women is just really messed up. And that's why I say, like, I don't know to what extent that it can be autonomous and it can be like beneficial in any way. Like, if it is beneficial for a few, it's still really, really bad for majority. And I think until like the system itself is brought down, then maybe we can have a discussion about that type of stuff. But I think for the moment, like, majority of women within that industry are being oppressed and being
100%.
raped, bruh.
100%.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I mean, there are people in the industry who seem to really enjoy it, but that could also be like put on.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you know Buck Angel.
Oh, yeah, I know
Buck Angel has been working in the industry for like 30 years or something.
Mm.
And he's down for it. Like, he created the entire like genre of trans boy sex. And yeah, like I was watching this interview with him where he was like talking about it. It was like 7 years ago. And he was talking about like how he'd gotten like beat up so many times. But he thoroughly enjoyed his job, and he's still doing it. I think he's like in his 50s and he's still doing it, still working in the industry. So for some people, like I'm sure that they do enjoy it, and I'm sure that they do like it. But then again, like Buck Angel at this point is like a fairly well-known person, and so yeah, when you're known for it, like I don't think that you have to deal with as much of the shit as like 18-year-old girls need to deal with.
Probably not.
But yeah, in conclusion...
In conclusion, what?
I don't know, but...
Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard.
Yeah, in conclusion...
Battle of the Billionaires coming up. Did you see his tweet where he was like, next time I'm going to buy Coca-Cola so I can put the cocaine back in?
Cape Town will thank you for your service. Oh my goodness.
That's the best thing you can do for South Africans. Truly. Of the stealing our resources. Shout out to Elon Musk and all the other lizards and billionaires. Thank you for making our society a better place.
And not ending world hunger. We really appreciate that.
Bye!